We don't turn back. We leave no one behind. We pull each other up. We draw strength from our victories, and we learn from our mistakes. But we keep our eyes fixed on that distant horizon, knowing that Providence is with us and that we are surely blessed to be citizens of the greatest nation on earth. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless these United States.
All right, so that was the roar of the crowd as the president accepted his party's nomination last night. And it was a dramatic speech overall. But don't take our word for it. Political science professor Jason Johnson was in Charlotte for the big finale. He also witnessed all of the Republican National Convention. So, Jason, morning, he hit jobs, energy, defense. What point really seemed to stick with the audience where you were?
The biggest thing that Barack Obama said is when he started talking about his past, he's like, look, I'm not here as a senator. I'm not here as a candidate. I'm here as the president. And I think the audience was just, it took them back to why they voted to him, for him to begin with. That was the move that really got him. And from then on, he just took everybody down the path he wanted them to go.
So he kept touching on the middle class. And here was a moment that seemed to really fire up the crowd. Listen.
I refuse to ask middle-class families to give up their deductions for owning a home or raising their kids just to pay for another millionaire's tax cut. I refuse to ask students to pay more for college or kick children out of Head Start programs to eliminate health insurance for millions of Americans who are poor and elderly or disabled. Also, those with the most can pay less. I'm not going along with that.
So listen to the excitement in the crowd after hearing that message. So you have that momentum and that energy, and bam, like at 6:30 this morning, Jennifer was just saying, right, it's the August jobs report that comes out. So what do you make of that?
Well, look, the August jobs numbers, they could knock him off this path. But this was the whole theme of the DNC throughout the week. They were saying, look, the first 4 years we're laying down the tracks, and now we're just waiting for the train to come through. So I think Obama is probably prepared for the jobs numbers. The president, this is something I've read, presidents actually get the jobs numbers about 12, 13 hours before everyone else does anyway. So I think he probably had a pretty good idea. That's why the speech was so enthusiastic.
Interesting. And Jennifer, the indications are that the jobs report's going to be what?
Okay, maybe better than expectations, but not great. But he's right. Sometimes they do get them early, but I don't know. I would say if you saw some lousy numbers, you'd be extra fired up to make up for it, too. So who knows?
Yeah, all right. So Jason Johnson, in a word, the Democratic National Convention compared to the Republican National Convention, since you went to both.
You know what? I would say it was encapsulated by Jennifer Granholm's speech. I want to call her Oprah Granholm now. When she said, you know, with saving the auto industry, you get a job and you get a job. It was like Oprah. I mean, the Democratic convention was much more of a pep rally. The Republican convention was much more like an intense business meeting. That's sort of the big difference between the two.
You are so good, Jason Johnson. You know, you really help us see how things felt. Not just like the wah, wah, wah. All right, Jason Johnson, thank you. Appreciate it. And we do have